Hey Tabafethu, this video is brought to you by EASYBET. Click the link in the description to sign up and use code FANS50 to receive a 50 Rand sign up bonus. And also, T&Cs apply. Under 18s are not permitted to gamble. Tango. Welcome to my FANS Wethu TV. It's the CAF Champions League. Orlando Pirates 0, MCA 0. I'm joined by the double pivot, Dr. Mutau and Dr. Tami.
Stibo Ogrenmeauti.
Yes, my brother.
It's always a pleasure, the greatest of pleasure, for us to talk to you.
Yeah.
I think somehow, I think I had this interview before the beginning of the season.
Sure.
I spoke about how well the team will do here in the PSL and also the CAF Champions League. Many people said I was dreaming.
Yeah.
They said if Orlando Pirates does well in the CAF Champions League, they cannot do well in PSL.
They did.
And I told them that when Dr. Ivan Khoza, the Iron Duke himself, attempted to win the CAF Champions League, remember Orlando Pirates was not winning the league by then. So many in their mind thought he is dreaming. And I said, it now reminds me of that year. I felt that in my spirit that as if I was there in 1995 when they were attempting to win the 1995.
Yeah. I
mean, literally. So I knew some of us, because we resonate the same spirit with them. We've got the same feelings, Sofa Sonke Mpanza, our spiritual ancestors. Yeah. But anyway, Stibo, let me congratulate Orlando Pirates supporters for painting the stadium black. It was such an emotional day for some of us, especially when having to give the young kids around this township, this beautiful township of Soweto, tickets. The emotions that goes with it, you know, having to see those boys and, you know, hoping to get inside the stadium. It was very emotional and very touching. But anyway, Steve, let's talk about our chef himself, Jose Rivero. What a coach we have. But anyway, let me not start even there. Let me start with the controversy. Football is not like boxing. That's why there's no heavyweight, lightweight and stuff. Football is not like boxing. Hence, our North African brothers have to now understand that we've brought about the fairness of football, because now there are cameras, there's VAR and many elements that would allow anyone and everyone to express their talent the best way they could know how. You'd find a Lebohile Mufukeng, who's more of a tiny player, a tiny player. We've got, anyone has the opportunity now in terms of football. This is one of the rare sports in the world that allows people to express themselves irrespective of their physicality. So this is just a warning rather, to all teams and all African teams. Let me tell you this without any shade of a doubt. South Africa is by far the most gifted natural players in Africa, if not in the world. But now, in the context of CAF, I have to say in Southern Hemisphere, the only challenge then was we were being bullied and being robbed not to express ourselves as far as talent is concerned. But let me tell you, we are by far, and we've been, we've been spoken badly about by your North African, by your Nigerians, without it sounding any xenophobic or somehow. They were told, they don't know, we are big men, and what. This is not about being big or being small. It's about being. Remember, the only energy that you need in football is only to shoot the ball, to protect the ball, and to mark space. Fair. There's no physicality. This is just a warning to the public to say you don't need to rely on that. But we've got everything at our disposal as South Africans to can compete and play well anywhere in the world. That's why you find teams like Spain, they are not so physically gifted or physically big, but they happen to win the World Cup. Why don't you give it to Nigerians? Since they are big. Why don't you give it to Germans always, since they are big? It's not about that. It's about us realizing our strength, that we are that gifted. We can protect space, we can mark space. We are gifted. We are that gifted. That's why you find Muhaunkota, a player who's just introduced into the CAF Champions League. He comes and he scores a brace away in the CAF Champions League. In his first season, he comes again, plays away. Against the very same Alger, he scores. I'm talking about a player who hardly has games here in the PSL. He just comes from the DDC. But what does it give you? He plays well and fits well in the CAF Champions League. I'm sorry to start with the controversy, because I now understand that these guys have now, this is just like a parent who thinks just because they are well off, therefore their neighbor's kid won't succeed just because their parents are well off. I don't know if what I'm talking makes sense. North Africans, they told themselves that since they've been succeeding in the past, therefore they are that gifted. Therefore, they are the grandchildren of football. Therefore, everything should be given to them like manna. They will work now. Let me tell you, my uncle, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the yellow jacket man, is now at the helm of CAF. And is bringing about fairness, he's bringing about VAR, he's fixing the pitch so that football becomes to everyone at their disposal, that they can express their best way how, without being bullied. So this is just a warning to say, North Africans, my brothers there, if opening spazas is your talent, stick to it. We are here now and we are dominating football and will expose you. Let me tell you. Yes, the reason why they are very good with opening spaza shop. Yeah, very good. Very good. And we trust them. They do it better than we do it. Spaza shop, they can open spaza shop 24/7. They are gifted, and that's their gift. We cannot take it away from them. I just wanted to warn them, because it's very difficult for them to absorb and accept defeat. Not because it's difficult for them, because they look like that neighbor who had it all, so now they think their children will do better just because they went to better schools. And now it doesn't sit well with them to see a poor man making it. So I just want to tell them that no one has more than 24 hours in this life. We all are given the same time, and we'll need to work hard to earn our sport. So my brothers from North Africa, make peace with it. We are by far one of the most gifted. Yes, you work hard, but you're not even close as gifted as we are. The best way, if you want to beat us, is to learn from us. The reason why South African teams did not perform well in terms of the CAF Champions League is precisely because we were exploited. The CAF was led by criminals. Let me say it because I'm the only person who qualifies to do so. Now we've got Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who has put almost, if not over, 50% of the amount of money that was put in CAF, because people were exploited. Football was politicized. That's why the likes of Kaizer Chiefs here did not want to compete. Not because they were not good, but because it didn't make business sense for them to compete. That's why you find a poor performing Kaizer Chiefs going on to play in the CAF Champions League finals. Why? Because we are that good. Yes, we do not want to come here and brag about that and tell you that how good we are. But a poor performing, allow me please, I'm the only person who's allowed, extend some time. Yes, a poor, I'm not talking about the best of Kaizer Chiefs. A poor performing Kaizer Chiefs making to the CAF Champions League is not a fluke that both Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns are in the semis. Some of us who've got a PhD of these things understood it. The moment Dr. Patrice Motsepe put money, we knew that we were going to compete and do well, because it now makes business sense. And we will do it. And do it, and do it more and more and more and over. By the way, the gods of football are likely to experience a CAF Champions League that will be played here. Not because it couldn't be played then, but because the politics of we come from an era of oppression as a country. Because of that, precisely because of that, we could not win the CAF Champions League. We could not win Bafana couldn't play. Even our players that are just roaming around here, our old brothers, are just roaming around, but they could be playing away in Europe. They were robbed and deprived of the opportunities. Apartheid. Do you understand? So it's not because we are not a footballing nation. We are a footballing nation. It's precisely because of those elements and those challenges. Just because a man did not have an opportunity to go to school, it doesn't mean that they are less educated or less smart. That's why you find a Papa Penny now who is in parliament. And if you don't understand, you'll think I'm not talking about football if you're slow. You wouldn't understand that we're playing 5 at the back with Mbogazi. A man whom just comes from a village, somewhere very deep, exposing our scouts that they're not looking so deep to find Mbogazi, because we've got many of them roaming here. But look at the football doctorate. By the way, I'm giving him a PhD officially of being the best defender. One of the to be introduced. We are talking about a player who became man of the match 3 times in a row in PSL era. I don't have to Google it. He's the first one to do it. If the gods of football allows me, I didn't see who's the man of the match, but I think he is.
He was.
Then it means he's going for the 4th. It's precisely because of those things. We are talking about, let me tell you, Orlando Pirates is an epitome of black excellence. The very same township that we are starting out, without the educational background, but they made it. This team is not just a football club. It's our spiritual home. We've got a spiritual attachment with this team. So having to see these barbarians, these hooligans coming here and disrespecting us in our backyards, let me tell you, people have died for this team. We don't want to commit. Let me tell you, we are not scared to fight when it makes sense. How do we fight for 5 cents? Look at Orlando Pirates fans. They go inside the pitch, seeing where people are fighting there. What do? Babina. They sing inside the pitch. They sing instead of fighting because they see. We are fighting against weak people because they cannot accept defeat. But anyway, let's talk about the game. Talent mbata, I'm a talent of fan. Kokotongwa mpala bala, sorry double pivot, maketleni makaula, backing him up. Crowd yabo na bala batu. But where Tito? Jersey number 10 is too heavy. Dr. Jomosono himself. It became very difficult. It's a very controversial jersey. Wakena Tito Patrick Maswanganyi, by far the most loved PSL player in PSL era. Tito Patrick Maswanganyi. I've never seen a player who's more loved than him. Even players to PSL, that's why they named him Players Player of the Season. Orlando Pirates, he's the machine operator. I told you, it's like that grandfather or that Madala who operates machines without education. But you cannot run a firm without him. You'll have to fetch him, Kokasi, Ansanwa Black Label, 1 liter, to run a multi-million rand machine. Talent Mbata, as he sees him, that the fluidity of the team is not going on. Osama Wepalama, he's calling for Tito, he's communicating. Hori Jose Mourinho putting Tito Patrick Maswanganyi, why ML Tito Maswanganyi at the 72 minutes. It's when you are not there that people will realize your importance. We're too hasty, rushing the ball. Why? Because you need someone who will calm the play, who will tell you guys, relax. You understand? You only realize those things when they are not there. But let me tell you, since I have to say this, I could see the absence of Munapule Salen. I did not want to talk about this. Since I'm an Orlando Pirates supporter, obviously. But to be honest, the void is too deep. Yes, we thought Olisanda, when he was out, before he was out, people were saying, what if Olisanda goes out? Who's going to replace him? Bodlela came. Perfect replacement. We are not even talking about him. And then now, when we're humiliated by that Ribeiro, jersey number 10 at Sundowns, we brought just a young man, 19-year-old from DDC, exposed him in less than 5 games, because this is a system that was put and laid here into this team many years ago by the Iron Duke himself. That's why we happen to be the only team in the world to take South African players or its own players that comes from their rural areas and take them to the CAF Champions League or to the It has never been done, even in Spain. But let's forget about that. Talk about the Mahupa, one of the most underrated players of all times. Look at the runs that he made. Look at the combination, but Sipo Chaine. I think Senzo Meiwa lives in him. And by the way, if you don't understand that we are talking about the very same football, the first song that was sang today, South Orlando Pirates fans sang about where Senzo Meiwa, our Senzo Meiwa, our Senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa senzo 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 meyi senzo au senzo senzo meye senzo au senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa senzo 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 meyi senzo au senzo senzo meyi senzo au senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa o senzo 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 meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa o senzo 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 meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa o senzo au senzo senzo meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa au senzo senzo meyewa senzo meyewa o senzo meyewa. We are talking about a Bafana former captain. I could feel the presence of Dr. Ivan Khoza in the stadium today. Tango. Want to cook?
Okay, let me finish here.
Yeah.
Steve, there's at Betway Premiership, there's one award that's already written the name.
Which one?
End of the season. Coach of the season.
Oh.
Yeah. Coach of the season for Betway Premiership
Is who?
is just Rivero.
With no doubt.
With no doubt. With no doubt. He won MTN 8.
Yeah.
Netbank final. CAF Champions League finals. So even the league, Betway, was still on. Was still running. Yeah, so our coach, he did a very, very good job to us.
What about Nasreddin Nabi?
Yeah, that one. You know, Steve, that one, if let's say they're going to play at Loftus on Sunday. So if this it was like the boxing match, they're supposed to throw in the towel now.
Against Sundown.
Yeah, against Sundown. Yeah, so they're supposed to throw in the towel and not go to honor that game. Because, yeah, it was a disaster. I see Papa was here, I see the disaster there on Sunday. Yeah. So, Mabagania, if let's say, Kaizer Chiefs fans, if you want to be happy on Sunday, come to Orlando Stadium. See Perez versus Maruma Gallants.
Yeah.
After the game, just go home and watch. Don't drive to Loftus.
Yeah.
Because they are going to be embarrassed.
Yes, your God.
Yeah. So, Steve-O, I hear people, they said they want to see the CAF Champions League final, Perez versus Sundown.
Yes.
Yeah. Come again? The people here in Mzanzi, they said they want to see CAF Champions League final between Perez versus Sundown. And for me, I want to see Perez versus Al. on the final.
Not Sundown.
Not Sundown. Not Sundown. Not Sundown. No, not Sundown. Sundown yesterday, they're supposed to be knocked off at Tunisia by experience. The VR robbed them. It's fine. You know that team that are going to face Al Ali? They win this 2 in a row. So if they beat, they reach the final and they win it, it's the third time in a row. So we can't allow Al Ali to go to Sundown to go to final. So we want to beat Al Ali so that we show them that South African football is another level.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want to beat Al Ali, not Sundown. Sundown, I'm tired of beating Sundown. MTN, I beat them. MTN, Sundown, NetBank, I beat them. So I'm tired to play one team. Even now, the NetBank, I'm going to play with the one team in the Sundown. Because so I'm tired to play Sundown with on the finals.
Sure.
So on the CAF, I just want to fly to Egypt. We want to fly to Cairo to go with our team at Cairo. So if I play Sundown here at Loftus, I'm tired to go to play one team in the final. We're tired.
At least we.
No, Steve. They will book the final. The final, the stadium is double booked. They postponed. No. I don't want that. No, I don't want that because they are disorganized Sundown. How can the stadium double booked? Whereas they know, so I don't want to be disappointed. So me, I just want to play Ali on the final. That's all that I wanted. Sorry for Sundowns. I know Kuzum Dao, you are my cousin. Sorry, my brother. I want to play Perez versus Ali. So that we can. Perez, there's no one can double book the stadium. Ali Cairo, they can double book the stadium. So I just want that. So thank you, Steve.
Thank you, brother.